Yeah.
Now, speaking of experience, have you ever tried to put together a little fun, festive thing to do, and you just burnt the you-know-what out of it?
Oh, pretty much like at a dinner party?
A dinner party. Have you ever just
things.
screwed up things on the grill? Well, there's a great website you can go to. And we just happen to have the author of the website with us here, Scott Thomas. Scott, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. This is the Grilling.fools.com website. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Grillin' with no G. Grilling.fools with an S.com.
That's correct.
Check it out, folks. It's fantastic. And you've been known to cook a few birds on your grill, haven't you?
Yeah, from Cornish game hens all the way up to full turkey.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, this being the Thanksgiving season, we're only a couple weeks away. I thought maybe we should kind of get started now so that people might want to experiment and kind of get their stuff together so they could have fun on the grill for Thanksgiving. Maybe you could help us out.
Absolutely. We actually just did a turkey just this last weekend and put it on the website.
Wow.
A full turkey on the grill. And just to give people an idea, hey, you could step out of the kitchen there, maybe free up that space for those green bean casseroles, the sweet potatoes,
That's right.
whatever else.
We want a manly bird out there.
But yeah, you're
that's
right.
the other thing. Let's take. I mean, come on. Every year you go, you take the bird, you put it in the aluminum tin, you put the little thing in the breast,
A little butter,
you put it
salt,
in the
pepper,
oven.
yeah.
A little salt, pepper. It pops. You pull it out, and you hope to God it's not dry. And if it is, it's hope there's a gravy boat nearby.
Okay, so you're going to show us how to get a moist turkey on the grill.
Well, I can actually, the first part, to get a moist turkey, you can still do this in the oven, although, me, I'm going to take it to the next level and go do it on the grill. But
Good.
The first step at any poultry, and it actually also works with pork really well, too, is to brine the bird, and which is putting the
I went
bird
to jail once for bribing a...
Not bribing a bird.
Oh, brine, okay.
Brine,
okay.
right.
Isn't he funny?
It's basically putting the turkey into a saltwater solution.
What do you put in your brine?
Well, you can put just about anything in there. It's kind of a hodgepodge, kind of what you have available. The first and foremost rule is I usually use the ratio of 1 cup of salt to a gallon of water.
Okay.
And then I put fruit, I put vegetables, I put garlic, I put herbs, I put onion. It's just kind of what's available at the time. So, like right now, apples and peaches are kind of in full bloom. So, let's chop up some apples, throw them in there. Put in some brown sugar, put in some, honey, whatever you want to do. I usually put a little soda in there, like some like in white or dark. Either way, you're looking for the sugar content there.
Okay.
And then, maybe if you want to do fresh herbs or dried herbs or, black pepper. The whole point is that the salt water does 3 things. First of all, it breaks down muscle filaments, which makes the bird more tender.
Well, that's always good.
It does. Yeah. The second thing it does is it forces moisture from the saltwater solution into the bird. So now it's more moist. It's going to have more fluid in it, and it's more tender. Now you could stop there, or you could
why would you stop there when you could take it? Well, okay.
And then that's the last step, which is Belinda said, is we add stuff into the water, so it's going to bring the water in. Let's make that water flavorful, so that when it brings that moisture in, it's going to have some flavor to it. So now you've got moister, tenderer, and more flavorful bird before you even put it in the oven or put it on the grill.
How long does it typically have to sit in that?
I usually do about 12 hours. If you go for less time, I usually add some more salt to kind of make sure that fluid transfer happens a little faster pace.
Scott, this is a big bird. What do you put it in?
Well, they make big bags you can use for these, or you can do. I have a big. I don't know how many quart pot this is. I mean, it holds about 4 gallons, and I'll put it in there, and it just barely fits in my fridge.
Okay.
And I could put a couple of chickens in there or a whole turkey. The other thing is you can take it and you can put it in a cooler.
Yeah.
Mix all your get it all stirred up and mix it up and put it in a cooler, and make sure the bird's submerged, and then just throw a bag of ice on top of the bird and close the lid. The next morning, the ice will be half melted. It'll be plenty cold, and you've got your brine.
Well, you could probably get a couple birds in there as long as you got the brine solution going. You can.
Oh yeah, exactly. When I have to go beyond 2 chickens, I go to the cooler.
Okay. Good.
Sean's used to that. Bathtub marinade. He does. Do a bottle of this, 64-ounce bottle of this. And I'm like, what kind of container are we putting all this in,
I
man?
can't say I've ever done a bathtub marinade in my
Well,
own time,
maybe
but
you two ought to spend a little time together.
Okay, so we got this bird brined, and now we got to get him on the grill.
well, and that's basically we're going to go with the same what we do a lot, which is the indirect. You do coals, your fire on one side, and then nothing on the other, but just the bird.
Okay.
If you're doing a gas grill, you want to put your burners on one side, and you want to get it to about 300 degrees, and then add whatever smoke wood you're going to be looking for. And for turkey, you want to go with something mild. You don't want to go with a mesquite or a hickory. You may want to mix maybe a hickory with an apple, but you want to go with like a lighter fruit woods, apple, peach, pear.
I got a lot of peaches that don't produce. Now would be a good time to burn them.
Right.
Okay.
Apricot's another good one.
You mean
I
trees?
just use
Yeah, a lot of trees that just don't do their thing. So I'm going to chop a few down and use them for this.
Or even if you've got those trees and they lose a limb or you've trimmed them up, save those branches. Those can be you let them dry out a little bit, and those can be great for smoke wood.
Okay.
But you want to go with this lighter smoke wood and kind of go basically on how big the bird is. I think we did. It's about 15 minutes for every pound. That's
Okay.
300. Can't remember exactly. It's on the website.
Okay, that's cool. We'll find it. Okay. Do you have to worry about it now? Do you have to cover it up with anything, or just set it in there?
Just set it in there. If it starts to, here's a little tip. If it starts to brown on top a little too much, and heat rises, so you can take a piece of tinfoil and just place it over the top, and that will be a heat shield, so it allows the rest of the bird to cook more evenly without burning the top of it.
Okay. Okay. So do you have to baste it, or you just kind of let it do as the brine? Since you brined it, you don't have to worry about basting any?
You can still baste it along the way, and that's kind of if you want to put your own little stamp on it, you could butter baste it. If you really want a good crisp skin, I would recommend butter basting it. The one we have on the side, I think they butter basted for like the last half an hour.
Okay.
And it really kind of crisps it up. You can go more than that if you want. If you want to really have a good, nice crisp skin, and that's kind of what I'm a big fan of. So I'm all for that. A little garlic butter in there, and just brush that on every so often. Or if you want to go with a sweeter one or something else, or a wine base, that's up to you.
Okay. Well, fantastic. So is that the only thing you cook on the grill for Thanksgiving?
We do a ham too a lot. We do the ham a lot on Thanksgiving and on Easter. We'll be doing it actually. I think my cousin's doing it tomorrow, so we'll have it up on the site on Monday.
Okay.
But and ham, there's nothing to ham. I mean, ham's already cooked. All you really much have to do is warm it up. But let's take it beyond just it's a ham to another level. And by doing it on the grill, you're going to add some smoke flavor to it. Baste it with some sort of basting sauce. We use a real simple basting sauce, just white wine, brown sugar, honey, and crushed pineapple.
What goes on the ham, though?
What's that?
What goes on the ham?
He's thinking maybe you won't put the wine on the ham,
Well, you don't use the whole bottle of wine
Okay,
for
good.
the basting sauce. You may want to, have some of that for yourself.
Yeah, right.
And there's, but as my dad says, you got to watch out now.
Yeah.
Too much chilling can mess up your grilling. So
Yeah.
be careful there.
That's right. That's why we put Sean at Thanksgiving. He's in charge of decorating the tables.
I have found that timers sort of help me a little bit with the making sure not to forget anything.
Oh,
so.
right.
Well, you see, we do need to get together because I time a lot of my grilling by how long it takes to consume certain beverages.
Yeah, that was my father for many years.
Oh, yeah. Who's getting marinated more?
Yeah, my dad's much better at it now, but I remember, when I was a kid and, it was, my mom would stick her head out the door and say, how much time's left? And he wouldn't look at his watch. He'd look at his beer.
Yeah,
and he'd
yeah.
say,
About a half
oh,
hour.
well, it's full beer. It's a good half hour.
Okay. Hey, Scott, thank you so much.
You're
Look
so
forward to
funny.
talking to you again soon. And
Great website, by the way. That turkey is beautiful. If mine only turns out that well, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Thank you,
we'll
sir.
be having that and the ham, I think, this year for Thanksgiving.
That's what
I
I'm
can't
talking
wait.
about.
Okay.
Great. Good job.
Well,
Okay.
Awesome.
Be talking to you
Thank
soon
you,
again. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Scott.
Scott Thomas, the one of the Grillin' Fools. Check out their website, www.grillinfools.com. No G on grilling at the end, just there's one G at the beginning. So anyway, I tell you what, It's a good place to you want to learn how to do grilling outside. You want to become a manly man out there in the outdoor kitchen. It's a website.